Okay, we're starting the next unit on solving equations, and we start off with a fairly familiar type of solving equations as with one-step equations in 2.1. Then we go to two-step, multiple steps, and so on. So we'll finish these 10 chapters. We'll probably have a mid-chapter test. Okay, so looking at section 2.1, solving one-step equations. So you see your objectives there are to solve one step using addition and subtraction, and also then to use multiplication and division, and then to write a one-step equation for a real-life application. So we'll have some problems here. You can see I have the answers here, but I just want to show you how to get to those. So you can see when you have a minus 2, you always want to isolate the variable when you're solving, and it's pretty easy to isolate the value a here by just, you have a minus 2, so you just add 2 to both sides, giving you 10 is equal to a. So we get a is equal to 10. And to the right of number 2, where you have x plus 7, we'll use the inverse operations and balance the equation by subtracting both sides by 7. And we get x on the left-hand side is equal to 4. Then we have r minus 2. So we're going to add 2 again to both sides here. And then we get r by itself then. Balancing the equation, we get negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4, and that's what we got for our answer here. So then for the next one, we have m on the right-hand side, and that's okay. We'll leave it there. And then we have minus 12 that we're going to take off on the right because we have m plus 12, so we'll use the inverse operation. We're going to subtract 12. That'll give us m on the right, and on the left, we get negative 18 minus 12, which was going to give us a negative 30. That's one you have to kind of be careful with. I remember making mistakes like that. Then I have f plus 10 is equal to negative 10. So plus 10, I'm going to subtract, isolate the variable. The variable is f. And then I get f by itself is equal to negative 10 minus 10, which is negative 20. So then for number 6, we're going to subtract 5 from both sides to balance the equation to get n on the right-hand side by itself. And then on the left-hand side, we get negative 6. So we've got all 6 of our problems solved there. And now we're going to move on, and we're going to use multiplication and division. So that's addition and subtraction using that. So we've got negative 3p is equal to negative 48. So we're going to divide both sides because remember we have this negative 3 times p. So we have to undo the multiplication with its division inverse. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 3, giving us p on the left-hand side is equal to then positive 16 because you have a negative divided by a negative. For number 8, we have 7t is on the right. So recall, I was saying that we need to solve for the variable. So in each one of your problems, think where is the variable? That's what I need to undo and get to. So in this one, we're going to divide both sides by 7. That gives me t on the right-hand side as the 7's cancel. And then we get negative 98 divided by 7 is negative 14. So negative 14 is our answer. And then for this one, where we have the variable on the right-hand side, we have to isolate the y. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 4. And that would give us a y on the right-hand side. The negative 4's will cancel. And then we get 1.1. And it's a positive 1.1 on the left. Okay, I'll leave 10 up to you. So, of course, I'm not going to do the division. But I'm just going to say you would just divide 4.2. divided by 2.8. Okay, now on these, so hope that wasn't too fast. Solving each equation by multiplication or division, I'm going to undo the division by multiplying by each denominator that you see there. K divided by 6 is equal to 8. So I'm going to squeeze in an S6 here. So if I multiply both sides by 6, then on the left-hand side, I just get K. The 6's cancel, and I'm left with k is equal to 48. You can just go like that, right? That's why we multiply to clear the fraction, okay? For number 12, we're going to multiply both sides by 8. And when we do, on the left-hand side, you're going to get 108. 8 times 10 is 80 plus 48. That would be 108 is equal to, then on the right-hand side, the 8's will cancel, and you just get W. So you get W is equal to 108. Then undoing, we have to multiply both sides by -3. When we do that, we get 27 is equal to y. The -3's cancel. And then for the last one, we're going to undo the division by multiplying by 10. So we have h divided by 10, so if we multiply both sides by 10, that should do it for us. We're going to cancel the 10s here, and then we have h on the left-hand side is equal to, we have -22 divided by 5, and then it's times 10. So this is one of those situations where you get it done a lot quicker if you just cancel. 5 goes into itself one time, it goes into 10 two times. 2 times -22 is -44. And there is your answer, as you see down here, okay? So that little shortcut, instead of saying -220 divided by 5, but again, if you have a calculator and you're using it, then that -220 divided by 5 is pretty easy. Okay, now we have these word problems where Jeremy mowed several lawns to earn money for camp. So what you have to do is think what makes sense when you read these. He paid this is going out, right? He paid $17 for gas, and he had 75 left over. Okay, so that's what you're going to have left. But it says, write and solve an equation to find how much money Jeremy earned mowing lawns. So in this particular problem, what I did is I said the money left over is equal to the total he started off with minus money paid for gas. So I'm going to say, all right, well, money left over is, I'm just going to say M is equal to the total Jeremy earned. Then we don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. The money left over, that's $75. I'm going to use that because we know it, right? So $75. The money Jeremy earned, though, we don't know what that is. That's what the question is asking. So then you have money paid for gas is $17. So then now what you want to do is solve this equation. So you're going to add 17 to both sides. And when you do, you get $92 is equal to the money that Jeremy earned. Okay, so there's that. And then on the next problem, we have another kind of setup where we want to think about what's the word problem saying, where you have a total. And then you know that Susan's cell phone, because you want to define a variable, write an equation for each situation, and then solve it. And these are not difficult equations. You just pretty much have to think about, well, what's the total here that I have? You have 950 minutes. You have used minutes. It says she's 180 minutes left for this month. How many minutes has she already used when she's given a total of 950 minutes? So here's the equation. And then, of course, once you get it set up, all you have to do is subtract 188 from both sides, and that'll give you 762 minutes. So the important thing is that when you read, Susan's cell phone plan allows her to use a total of $950 per month with no additional charge. She has 188 minutes left for this month. How many has she already used? So notice the highlighting with this. It helps you to figure it out when you're feeling like you're swimming in a sea of words. You have to identify sentence by sentence. What do you have here? And that's as easy as it was. This one, too, is a similar one. In the 5th year of operation, the profit of a company was 3 times the profit it earned in the 1st year of operation. If its profit was $114,000 in the 5th year of operation, what was the profit in the 1st year? So I didn't know what the profit was, so I said P. It says, what was the profit? You don't know. You've got to find that out. So I let P equal the profit in year 1. And then it says the profit of the company in the 5th year was 3 times the profit. So then I have 3P is equal to 5. So the 5th year is 3 times the 1st year. Okay, so you know then the profit was $114,000 in the 5th year, so you know $114,000 is 3P. And then all you have to do is say, all right, I need the profit in the 1st year. This is what I want to find out. So if you divide both sides by 3, then you're going to get 38,000, like that it's green, is equal to P. So this is the profit in year 1. Okay, So again, not really terribly difficult. It's just that you have to look at the words that are being said and put it into like a short little, all right, the 5th year is 3 times the 1st year. Okay. A couple more problems to go over then, and I'll try to make this brief. The first one, remember when you're solving, just to stop and think for a minute that if you have negative 9x, then it's negative 9 times x, and it's that multiplication for this that you have to split up, and you do that with inverse operations. So the inverse of multiplication is division. So we will divide both sides by 9. When we do that, we get the x by itself because the negative 9s cancel. We get x is equal to negative 5.3 repeating. In the next one, where you have, the only comment I'm going to make about this is some of you are going to use a calculator. Others of you are doing the arithmetic and you're writing it down. I think that's great, especially if you're going to go on in math. But let me know if you need some help with this. So the common denominator would be 24, 8 times 3, and I get negative 21 over 24 minus 16 over 24. That's what n is equal to. You're just going to combine those, and then that's equal to negative 37 over 24. Okay. Then the very last page that I have for you, I think that's the last page, yeah, that in 2.1 is that you have to work with mixed to improper fractions, that you want to multiply or you want to know how to change it. And I just want to do a reminder with this. Remember, you do this, you do 4 times 1, so you're going to multiply, and then you're going to add 1. So you get 5. 4 plus 1 is 5 over 4. And the same thing with the 20 plus 7, 27, okay? So there's your equation. And when you subtract 5/4 and you get to this step, you're going to need another common denominator. And you have a 10 and a 4. So you're going to multiply to get a 20. So the LCD you want here is 20. And so I'm going to multiply by 2 over 2 here. And I'm going to multiply by 5 over 5 here. So that's going to give me, I'm going to come back over here, a is equal to 54 minus 25. And both denominators are 20 now, so I can just put those together. And I think that's what we get, right? 29 over 20 for our answer. Number 25 is similar to what you've had before. I'm just going to leave that one go. But 56 divided by 7 is 8. So you have a 0.8 in your answer. And it's negative. So you have to watch out for those little things. Okay. And the next two, 26 and 27. 27, you can multiply by the reciprocal of 5/3 for a really quick action there. Because you get 1p when you multiply those. And then on this side, the 2 3s will cancel and you just get 8 over 5, okay? All right, and then a couple more problems where when you're looking at these, you're multiplying by 8 to undo the division. It's g divided by 8. So it works out nicely because you multiply both sides by 8, the 8s cancel, and you get g is equal to negative 24 over 4, or g is equal to negative 6. And then you have negative 6 for that answer. So then here you have m is equal to, you're going to get 200 divided by 3. And that's going to be 66.6. All right, I think we're all right there. That finishes 2.1, and you can pause your video at any point to make sure that you go over these if you have any question with them, okay? There's a possibility I could be wrong. I was wrong yesterday, not today yet, but okay. You have a good day. Bye-bye.